You'd think with all these foreigners about that the Almighty would have something better to do than give a decent Englishman heartburn.
What was that, Redvers?
I said heartburn.
It's in Lancashire.
Not Blackburn, heartburn.
Oh. I don't know where that is.
I do. It's just behind the middle button of my waistcoat. You devote all your health and strength to the peppermint industry and finish up with chronic indigestion.
What's wrong with your waistcoat?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with my waistcoat.
Well, there shouldn't be. I've pressed it.
Look, Aileen, will you just get on with mending the bed, please?
I'm trying, Redvers.
Very boring standing here, you know. Steering you through all these routine domestic chores.
Well, you needn't stay for me, dear.
Oh, if I left you'd soon go to pieces.
I manage quite well when you're not here, Redvers.
Yeah. I think sometimes you're apt to exaggerate, Aileen.
We have the money, Redvers. What am I doing lying under a bed that's not worth repairing?
Of course it's worth repairing.
Oh!
You see, I knew you'd go to pieces.
I hit my thumb.
You don't think I'm going to spend good money on a perfectly sound bed?
Well, if it's perfectly sound, why am I hammering pieces of wood to it?
Damn it, I give you the most interesting jobs. I go out of my way to see there's some form of variety in your life. Oh, stop mumbling, woman. Sounds as if you've got a mouthful of nails. That's it. Only a woman could lie on her back with a mouthful of nails. Don't lose any. Very hard to come by these days. You write a neat italic script?
Yes.
Penmanship?
Some of the credit belongs to the nib.
People don't bother these days.
Basically, otherwise, all that's required is patience and a steady hand.
I do really admire a well-written announcement.
Then you've got to face it. I've had the proper training for patience and control.
Theological college.
Central Flying School. Nothing like some bitch of an aircraft to take the kinks out of your motor reflexes.
I'm pig sick of the ecclesiastical life. It's ruined my hands. Have you seen what it's done to my hands?
Jane's looking well.
Keeps herself busy. How's Aileen?
Who?
Your wife.
Oh, that Aileen. Oh, she's fine.
Good.
Well, when I say she's fine, she's got a blood blister.
Really?
A little red mark on her thumb.
Sounds like a money spider.
Keeps insisting that she swallowed a nail.
Possibly another of those pins does a good trap.
She's probably miscounted them.
What?
The nails.
Which nails?
The nails she didn't swallow. You know how careless women are about things like counting nails.
Go on. That's right. Watch me.
Doesn't she like being seen with a ladder?
She's never said anything to me.
Oh, well. Well, there you are, you see.
There. Now, let's see anything else. Yeah. Churchyard wall sagging in the northeast corner.
Put it on the list. Who's doing your stonework now?
I've encouraged Jane to do a bit.
Oh. She any good at it?
Oh, I don't think her heart's in it.
Funny thing that, isn't it? They never seem to have a man's capacity for losing themselves in work.
You. You must miss running the sweet factory now that you've retired, Redvers.
Ah, old Pottermints. Yeah. Well, you spend your life searching for the ultimate peppermint. Can't just switch it all off like that, you know. Mind you, for a traditionalist, I think it was time I got out.
Really?
Oh, yes, I think so. You've got all these chemical flavours on the drawing board now, you know. It's absolutely petrifying.
Powerful, eh?
Powerful? Got flavours now that explode in your mouth. They're within sight already of finding the tactical nuclear peppermint. What's Jane doing this morning?
What? Oh, nothing tricky, just a bit of pointing up, nothing tricky.
Oh, well, if she can ice a cake, I mean...
Yes, exactly. There we are.
Ah. Anything here that needs the masculine touch? No, that's all right. How about re-racking some of that home-brewed wine of yours?
Good thinking. My God! She's pranged the Mini. Yes, well,
Goodbye, Jane.
goodbye, Jane. I'm not sure I like leaving her in this place.
Oh, just a few hours observation. She'll be all right. Look at her. Happy as a lark.
Think so?
Yeah. They can cope with the inactivity, you know. Something to do with the hormones.
Excuse me, Vicar, but I have a patient who wants urgently to see a clergyman.
What on earth for?
I assume a spiritual matter.
Good Lord. 10-2 already.
Good God, is it really?
Well, that's what it says.
Nothing like having your wife fall off a ladder to pass the time, is there? And suddenly the whole damn thing started to slide sideways.
Oh, dear.
There's poor Jane describing a neat arc.
How did she fall?
No, I don't think it's difficult once they get started.
No, what I mean is, did she hurt herself?
Well, I asked her that as soon as I reached her.
What did she say?
A rather funny thing, that. She didn't say what you'd expect a vicar's wife to say at all. Even when she was lying on the mini roof.
The mini roof?
Yes, that broke her fall, you see.
Oh, poor Jane. Is she all right?
Oh, I think so, yes. We were there almost instantly, you know.
How bad was it?
Well, it's certainly going to mean a new roof. I don't see anybody coaxing those dents out.
Oh, Tolly?
Oh, the usual vicar?
Just a half, please.
A half, please. With a good collar on it.
What kept you?
Oh, yes, that chap at the hospital who wanted to see a clergyman. I couldn't get rid of him.
Took a long time dying, did it?
He wasn't dying. He'd only had his appendix out. Oh. He wanted to talk to me about original sin. He's going home on Tuesday.
Funny days, Tuesdays.
I hope he cheers up before he goes home. He was damn poor company this morning.
Have you ever known a really exciting Tuesday?
I'm sorry to hear about your trouble, Vicar.
Oh, that's all right. I got rid of him eventually. Cheers.
No, I meant Jane.
My gosh, never the same on Tuesdays.
Damn poor company. They're seldom good for a giggle when they want to talk about sin.
Great day for finding balls in bunkers, Tuesday.
Sin. You know, it's damned embarrassing when a complete stranger wants to talk about sin.
Probably a bedwetter.
Damned embarrassing.
It's funny. We had one of those at school. Won the poetry prize. Often wonder what happened to him.
I like that, Redvers. I once won my school poetry prize.
I wouldn't say too much about that round here. Especially on rugger club night.
Well, I've got a vicarage to run, single-handed for a while.
Oh, we wouldn't let you down in a crisis. I'll help you. And Tolly here's a volunteer. Aren't you, Tolly?
Oh, it's just that Diana's expecting me back at the gallery. We can't run an antique business, Redvers, without one of us minding the store.
Well, she won't mind if you help me, the Vicky. Come on.
She hates being left in the shop for too long.
Everybody has their Tuesdays.
The vicarage needs a woman's touch. It's too much for him to do on his own. She's never been, I think, a really suitable companion. Oh, Margaret, she means well. It's not enough. Now, we mustn't speak ill of her at death's door. She's not at death's door. A fractured spine. I heard it was her leg. Both legs. Which is hardly death's door, Lily. Nevertheless, the poor man is bound to be in need of all the aid and comfort he can get. There must be something in this huge place we can do.
Get back! Get back! Oh, no, sorry. Not you. I was talking to... Get back! Hang on a minute. Good boy. I won't keep you a minute. I'll just fasten...
Well, I should think in a few months' time that we're just about ready for pouring down the sink.
What's wrong with it?
Oh, various assorted filth. Things, ancient and modern.
In the trade, that is known as slightly cloudy.
There should not be any lumps in it.
My God, there are lumps in it.
Well, I've heard of cheese and wine at the vicarage, but never in the same bottle.
It'll settle.
Yes. That's what they said about Vesuvius.
Now, Redvers, I want you to try this. I want you to get your palate around this. Ah.
Ah.
I must say, Redvers, I admire the way you do that. Anyone else would feel such a fool.
The best way I know of delaying the moment when you've got to drink the filthy stuff. Oh.
Needs keeping, would you say?
I would, certainly, yes, yes. Out of the reach of children.
I'll get rid of it. Bingo prizes.
Lucky for some. You'll stay to dinner if Jane has to stay in hospital all night?
Thank you, Redvers.
Good. Didn't like the look of her much this morning.
Who?
Jane.
Oh, really?
Not that that really means very much. I mean, I often don't like the look of Aileen.
Funny.
She is rather, yeah.
I got the impression that you seldom looked at her at all.
Who?
Aileen.
Oh, that's quite true. I mean, after 30 years of marriage, you certainly don't go around looking at one another.
Rather not.
Fortunately, nature intervenes and blesses both parties of a harmonious marriage with a state very close to invisibility.
Yes, that's what I tell my congregation. If you look for it, there are signs of divine providence everywhere.
Yeah. Just that sometimes you catch a sight of the little woman across the breakfast table and think to yourself, my God, it's a good job we're devoted to each other.
Vicar? Vicar? Ah. A couple of ladies to see you, Vicar.
Ladies?
In your study. The Mrs. Wellingham.
Damn, damn, damn. How did they get past the dog?
I fastened him in the kitchen.
She's a bitch.
The elder or the younger?
My dog is a bitch.
Oh, I should mean.
It's difficult to tell when it's biting you.
You fastened her in the kitchen.
Well, yes. You see, the best thing... It wasn't easy.
Bad move, Tolly. They'd never have got past her otherwise.
Well, I thought you'd want to see them.
The Mrs. Wellingham?
They've come to help. They said they were prominent members of your congregation.
Yes, well, that should have told you something.
Oh, never mind. Not to worry, Vicar. I'll deal with them.
Oh, would you, Redvers?
Well, you'd do the same for me, wouldn't you?
Oh, good chap. It's just that of all the biblical plagues, there's none so painful to a clergyman as prominent female members of his congregation.
Well, I'm sure if I'd realised, I'd never have left my sink.
I'll try and find something for them to do. I might as well use them if they've volunteered.
Oh, yes, they'll probably listen to you, Redvers. With me, all they'd want to do is talk about salvation. Can you imagine, on a Tuesday in Surrey, having to talk about salvation?
Oh, it's you, Mr. Potter. Is there anything we can do?
Yes, I dare say we can find something for you to do.
Could I see you a minute, Redvers?
Thought you were busy in the kitchen, Tully.
Well, that's just it. I fastened the dog in the kitchen. I'm not sure I can get back in there.
It ought to be put down.
Oh, nonsense.
Vicious beast.
No, it's perfectly all right. I'll deal with it. It knows me.
It's a good job she knows you, Redvers.
Funny, I must have another suit on or something. Sheba! Sheba! Good girl, Sheba. Stop that, you idiot. It's only me. Better give her something to sniff, I think. Give me a shoe.
Why my shoe?
Well, you wanted to go into the kitchen.
I've changed my mind.
Oh, no.
Let go.
Oh, you're
Let
going
go,
into the
Redvers. Redvers, give me back.
That's all right. Just let her get accustomed to it.
Oh, I hate being in stocking feet.
Oh, Sheba. Come along. Nice shoe.
My shoe! Give me my shoe!
It's all right. She's getting interested in it, you see.
Have you got any idea how much shoes cost these
Oh,
days?
stop bobbing up and down, will you? What we're going to do now is build progress on what we've already done. Come on, get in.
Redvers, I am not going in here. Redvers, I am not going in.
That's right. Keep talking to her, Tolly. You've got her interested now.
What was she doing up a ladder?
Pointing up brickwork.
With cement and things? You mean she was up a ladder with buckets of cement and things?
Well, just a small bucket, according to Redvers.
Oh, and where were they?
Sitting in the study making a list of work to be done.
It's all your husband's influence, Aileen. I hope you realise that.
Well, it's just that he likes to organise things.
For other people. What does he ever do?
To be absolutely fair, Diana, he makes really splendid lists. Oh, there's Redvers now.
Why is he in our driveway? He's brought Tolly home. Something's happened to Tolly.
Oh, I'm sure nothing's happened to Tolly. Well, probably nothing much.
But why didn't he drop him at the gate? He usually drops him at the gate.
Oh, Lord, please let it be nothing much.
Why has he had to bring him to the door? Oh, I daren't look.
It's all right. Tolly can move.
Everything? Oh, thank God.
He's getting out of the car.
Are you sure he's getting out? He isn't being lifted out?
No, he looks fine. Well, when I say he looks fine, he looks a trifle upset.
I knew it.
He's walking about backwards.
Backwards?
And limping a little. Oh, there, Diana. I'm sure it'll be all right. You'll wake up one morning and find he can walk forwards again.
You're looking well, Diana.
What have you done to him? Stand still. Why are you walking backwards?
All right, Diana.
It's not all right. Where's your shoe?
Don't worry about his shoe, Diana. I've got his shoe. Needs a bit of polishing, of course.
It's in tatters.
If you think that's in tatters, wait till you see his rear end.
Diana. Diana.
What have you done to him?
Damn it, Diana, you don't think those are my teeth marks?
How is he?
She thinks it's my fault. Why is it that every time anything happens to him, she thinks it's my fault?
I can't imagine, Redvers.
Well, get in if you're getting in.
You forgot me, didn't you?
Is it my fault that he's no good with dogs?
Sometimes I think I don't exist for you, Redvers, unless you catch sight of me in your rear-view mirror.
Diana glared at me as if I'd bitten him.
Where has Jane put my appointments book?
Ah, now I've got that down here on a list of inquiries.
I might have a wedding in the morning or a funeral.
Ah, well, you're lucky. You'll be dressed right for both.
Oh, oh, oh.
Carry on. Well done.
You know, Redvers, I miss old Jane.
Of course you do. And she knows where everything is.
You think that's the reason?
Oh, certainly, yes.
Good. I'd hate to think I was starting to get maudlin at my age.
Don't worry about it. I'm just the same. I should miss Aileen if she weren't here.
She isn't here.
What? Oh, well, there you are, you see.
And they're satisfied you're all right?
Oh, yes, I can go home tomorrow. They were very nice about it, but that's the way it is. I have to go home tomorrow. Do you know, the funny thing about it is, I want to go home tomorrow.
Of course you do, dear.
Well, I don't see any of course about it. With husbands like you two have got, I don't understand why either of you ever want to go home.
Oh, they're not that bad. No, I tell a lie. They are that bad.
That sounds more like them.
Well, why aren't they visiting you? You think they'd have the common decency to visit you?
Oh, I expect something came up, like a game of golf or an unread newspaper.
Here he comes.
Why only two? I only want to sit at the side of it. I don't want to get in it.
Well, one of them must leave.
Well, how about the one who's already in it? Would that suit you?
I'll see about this.
I'll leave, Redvers.
You stay exactly where you are. This is still a free country.
Is it here?
Will you stop prodding your wife with that umbrella?
It's all right, Diana.
It's not all right.
He often prods me with his umbrella.
Pretty state we've come to, haven't we? If a man can't prod his own wife with his umbrella. Hello, Jane. How are you?
Quite well, thank you, Redvers.
Oh, thank you very much. You look well, I must say. You look different in bed.
It's probably the first time you've seen her without a wheelbarrow.
You think her not coming?
Yeah. Of course he's going. She'll be here any minute. He keeps getting stopped by some idiots who want to talk to him about salvation.
Oh, well, he's got the right man. The vicar's very good on dogs.
Dogs?
Well, if he wants to talk about Alsatians.
Not Alsatians. Salvation. Ah, speak of the devil.
Oh, there we are. Oh, thank you, Diana. Ah, dear, dear, dear. Yeah. Oh.
That's it. Have a grape.
It's happened again. You see, Redvers, it's the collar. As soon as they see the collar, all the nuts come out of the woodwork.
You came, then?
Of course I came. Where's the dog food?
In the cupboard under the sink.
And the coffee?
Second tin on the window ledge.
My appointment book.
Well, that's in your desk drawer.
I looked.
Well, look again.
Horse and hound.
That's on the coffee table.
Which table?
In the living room.
Let's leave them to their little secrets.
You think that was a love scene?
Oh, the stuff that marriage is built on.
Not mine.
I'm very sorry to hear that, Diana, but of course you'll never be happy until Tolly takes you in hand.
It's no good. I'm going home now. He doesn't know where a damn thing is.
Oh,
now, give my clothes, will you? And I must have my wedding.
Hallelujah, brother.
I beg your pardon?
Have you found salvation?
Well, I haven't really been looking. Oh, I see. You're looking for the vicar, are you?
Yes, yes, I am. Have you seen him?
Yes, he's in there.
Oh, thank you. Praise be to God.
Hallelujah. You read too fast, you know.
How do you know I read too fast?
Turn the pages over too quickly. Can't possibly be digesting it.
Can't I even read at my own speed now?
There's a little point if you're just going to skim over the pages superficially like that. I mean, you don't see me reading like that.
I don't see you reading much of anything. I never have.
Bought Solzhenitsyn, didn't I?
Oh, you bought it, yes.
Too much damn fuss made about reading.
There's too much made about mine.
No, I'm more your observer of life, you know. Very touching at the vicarage this evening to see the quiet pleasure with which the vicar received his wife home.
Oh, I'm pleased to hear it.
Yeah. We tucked her up in bed and gave her a nice book. Oh, she looked ever so snug.
That was very nice of you, Redvers.
Yeah. Almost seemed ashamed to get her up to fix a bit of supper for her.
You didn't.
Oh, only something cold. She'll be on light duties for a bit yet, you know. Oh, well. I should turn that light out, Aileen, before it starts hurting your eyes. Very keen frost last night. I thought Jane looked rather cold this morning.
What?
There's quite a bite in it.
Oh, that's all right. I've fastened her up now.
Why have you fastened her up?
She bites people. Well, you saw what she did to Tolly's trousers.
Oh. Oh, I thought that was the dog.
Of course it was the dog.
Ah. Why have you got Jane tied up?
Jane. Why should I have Jane tied up?
I can't imagine. The Arabs do it, of course.
What?
Tie up the women.
Arabs treat their women very badly.
They do indeed. Apart from that, there's not much to be said for them.